So first, we would like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people, where our relationship is based in peace and friendship. We also acknowledge that people of African descent have been in Nova Scotia for over 400 years, and we honor those ancestors who came before us to this land. Ryan is with Eastward Energy, and Eastward Energy operates a full regulation natural gas distribution franchise. They have the exclusive right to supply natural gas through their distribution system to all or part of 7 counties in Nova Scotia, including an HRM. Natural gas is the cleanest burning fossil fuel, making it an environmentally friendly option that is also a versatile and safe energy solution as well. Despite the decommissioning of the offshore Nova Scotia natural gas supply, Eastward Energy has contracted for 20 years of pipeline capacity to access a reliable supply of natural gas for Nova Scotians.
Hi, Ryan. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem. I'm glad I got the technical issues figured out. I was here struggling in my truck for a bit, but got it figured out.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you for sorting through that for us. We're here today with a bunch of youth from across Nova Scotia who have a little bit of interest in the trades and entering into the trades sector. Can you tell us a little bit, Ryan, about your journey to where you are today?
Yeah, so I guess it goes back. Geez, I'm quite old now. I guess over 20 years. But really, growing up, I was around a fair bit of construction. My grandfather had a dump truck, so I was kind of following him around a bit as a kid. And after I graduated and moved to Halifax from Cape Breton, I went into the Nova Scotia Community College, had a program in partnership with one of the large construction companies in town. So I got accepted into that course. It was a 2-year program at the time. Went there for 2 years. The program was really good. It taught you pretty much about every aspect of civil construction. A little bit about everything, I like to call it, from heavy equipment operating to pipe laying to asphalt to concrete to you name it. We kind of learned about it briefly in this course. And then once we graduated, we were offered a full-time employment with the company. And so that's kind of how I got my start in construction. I started out pretty much at the bottom doing labor work, which is quite often where you kind of have to start when you don't have experience. But, if you show up every day and put the work in and show you have a bit of an interest in it, what I found is a lot of the guys will take notice and start to teach you a little bit more and kind of take you under their wing. So that was really good. And eventually I kind of my second year working there, I was put on an excavator, and I kind of ran heavy equipment for, I guess I was there for 4 years. Again, the good thing about this course is they taught you to run just about anything that can move dirt. So you were running an excavator one day, you were in a loader and a rock truck, you were in all kinds of different things. Lots of good experience that way. I was a part of a lot of fairly big construction projects around town, developments, and I like to show my kids and my wife as we drive around town that I worked on this and built this, helped build this. So they kind of get sick and tired of hearing me talk about it, but it's one of the cool things working in construction around here with all the development and everything. The only drawback was back then it was seasonal work, so you got laid off around Christmas time for a few months over the winter time when there wasn't as much construction going on. And so I ended up applying for a job at Heritage Gas at the time as a utility operator. And I started in 2009 and moved my way up through the company over the last 15 years to lead hand, and then for the last 6 or 7 years or so, I've been the actual supervisor of the internal construction crew here at Eastward Energy now. And again, same thing. We do a lot of install a lot of new services to new natural gas services into these new development projects. Sitting in a new development here in Dartmouth, Port Charles. There's like a 15-year build-out plan for the subdivision over here, so lots of new development on the go. And because there's I guess one of the things about construction right now is there's a shortage of workers in the field, and it's one of the concerns the industry has moving forward about all this work that's planned to take place just in and around HRM here, with all the new buildings that need to be built to help people find people places to live, and infrastructure and roads and all the stuff that goes along with everything. Like it's there's a lot of moving parts. Yeah, you just can't build a lot of housing and apartments and things like that without the roads and the water and all the utility services and everything that goes along with it. So it's it kind of branches out and touches a lot of things so there's a
Yeah,
lot
you
of
mentioned
it's
you mentioned that you're sitting right now in a space with a 15-year build plan.
yeah.
Now, a lot of the youth we're talking to today will be well out of high school and potentially well into their trade by then. So
Yeah.
you mentioned earlier that the construction field was a little bit more cyclical. It had like a construction season and then a quiet season. It sounds like that's changed.
Oh yeah. It's changed quite a bit since I first got into it. The building doesn't really stop. Projects, the tower cranes are still putting up floors, and everything's still being built. And it's 12 months a year nowadays. Yeah.
That actually sounds really exciting when we're talking about opportunities for youth in the field. So I also love, and thank you for touching on how interconnected everything is. How you can't build a home in a new community without the roads, without the utility pieces. Can you share a little bit, since you're on the site right now and have a look around, can you share a little bit about what's happening today in your space?
Yeah. So I guess roughly this time last year, we were here and did the first kind of phase in this development. When we were here, we were putting our gas lines in the ground. There was a contractor doing all the underground electrical in the streets. The contractor that's building the actual streets had put in the water and sewer and stormwater pipe lines ahead of us. And as we were leaving, there was a contractor here doing all the concrete curb work, sidewalk, and paving. And now when I look at that phase, there's roughly, I counted the other day, there's probably about a dozen new construction single family homes started on the one street. There's an apartment building with a tower crane that's probably one floor out of the ground. I think it's got to go up like 10 stories or something like that. So, and now today they're there pouring concrete. They're pouring a concrete slab. So there's like a dozen concrete trucks and pumper trucks and everything. And then we're up this end doing our work. There's a crew putting underground electrical services in on the street above us. And then all the lots and everything is great. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you just named about 50 of the 72 trades available in Nova
Yeah.
Scotia.
There's a lot going on. It's a busy spot. Yeah.
So you're with Eastward Energy and you are a construction supervisor. Am I correct there?
Yeah.
What kind of trades are present at Eastward Energy?
So we have some gas fitters on the operations side. They how it basically works is the operations folks look after locating the infrastructure and basically everything above ground that you can see, they maintain. And then basically anything that's buried underground is what I look after. So anything that gets dug up, damaged, emergency response, alteration work, the city, like anytime the city goes in and tears up a street to repave it and realign the curb and add bike lanes and move poles, we often have to move our infrastructure as part of the project. So there's a lot that we do. We don't, there's not really any trades per se in our group. I mean, I'm a certified heavy equipment operator, I guess by trade, but the guy and the other guys are. But we have a fairly robust internal training program that we follow. It's called the Competency Assessment Program. And so basically what we do is, or what we have done over the past 15 years since I've been here, is we've gone through all of our procedures that we touch. We've created a training module program for that, and we have a 3-year cycle. So it takes us 3 years really to go through all of our modules on a rotating turn. And because our work is so specialized and we're the only gas utility in the province, you can't just go out and hire somebody with these qualifications. So we really had to create something to train people in-house. So we look for people that have construction experience, civil construction experience, like heavy equipment operating, maybe water and sewer, pipe install. So we look for some of that type of experience when we hire folks for our team, but ultimately we do our own internal training program. It's not necessarily a trade per se, but it is a specialized kind of niche little thing that applies to us.
Yeah, for sure. And thank you for diving right into that, like what you're looking for somebody who's entering into the field. I appreciate that. It sounds like you've got a lot on the go. I really appreciate you joining us today. Do you have any last parting words of wisdom for the youth in the space today?
No, I think the biggest thing would be just to take an interest in whatever you're doing, and you know, people aren't gonna teach you too much if you don't seem interested in learning about the work. So ask questions, take an interest, show up, be on time, and you'll get a lot out of people. Somebody always told me, even if you don't like what you're doing, just act like you're interested, and somebody will take an interest and teach you about it. So you might learn something. So always ask lots of questions and try to be engaged. And yeah, it's in the trades, you're going to have some days where you're not going to. I certainly had some days where you second guess yourself, but you put your head down and kind of push through. And at the end of the day, it's all experience, and it'll pay off eventually. So.
You know, and he said he didn't have any words of wisdom, folks.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you did. Julie or Ryan, thank you so much for your time.
So yeah, again, huge thank you to Jeff and Greg from AEM Ltd, Andy from Ace Machining, Ryan, Eastward Energy, and of course Adam from Cans. We're just so grateful that you took the time today to speak about just the amazing diversity in these trades and opportunities that are available to students today. And of course, World of Choices would not happen without our amazing sponsors, RBC Future Launch, Amazon, Taco Bell Foundation, GM, KPMG, Avanade, CAN, Coltech, and Ace Machining.